Shirazi. Okay. Our next speaker is Hyrbyair Marri. Just to introduce, I mean, if you got the biographical notes, it's about almost a page of biographical notes. I want to highlight some of the things. And first of all, that he's a nationalist political leader of Balochistan. And his father, Hyrbyair Marri, was a Baloch nationalist leader. So that's the kind of thing. And from a very young age, I understand, he wanted. He was a Baloch patriot. He wanted Balochistan to be independent, and he in fact supported the Baloch Liberation Front, as I understand it as well. And he also participated in the political process within Balochistan. So from 1997 he took part in the provincial elections. He was elected, and he became a Minister of Road and Communications of the state government. And one of the things he did in 1998, when Pakistanis conducted the nuclear test, he opposed it. He was one of the first persons to say no to the nuclear test in Pakistan. He had, because of Musharraf government, I understand, he sought exile in fact, Europe. And also partly because they tried to frame him for a murder charge, am I right in saying that? But the British government in 2007, December, arrested him. Clearly because of the foreign policy links, Musharraf saying, so I think Faiz and you were arrested. And were you in Belmarsh?
Yes.
So you're one of our Belmarsh detainees. So I remember when we had Belmarsh detainees, we were campaigning against them, 2001, to try to release them. Okay, so he's a Belmarsh detainee. He's been spoken to a Belmarsh detainee. And they're acquitted, by the way, because there was no charge against them by a British jury. They were a fair trial in that sense of the word. So welcome. It's over to you.
Thank you. I thank Compaq and other organizers of this event giving me the opportunity to speak about the plight of people of Balochistan. We the Baloch have been struggling to regain our sovereignty since our country, Balochistan, was illegally invaded and forcefully annexed by occupying state of Iran and Pakistan. Since past 10 years, Baloch National Democratic Liberation Movement has deepened in scope and widened in scale. People from all walks of life are taking part in resistance movement with greater clarity of purpose. They all are united to break free from illegal occupation of Pakistan and Iran. At the forefront of this struggle are the students. The family of abducted people are women, Sarmachar, the freedom fighters, and other section of society. Our democratic struggle has passed the point of no return. All tricks, deception, religious manipulation, arrest, imprisonment, torture, killing have resulted in opposite effect. They have resulted in greater hatred and resentment against the occupying forces. Pakistan killing and destruction have not just quelled Baloch stance, but it has raised their determination for liberty and freedom. The more atrocities the occupying state commit, the more hatred they earn. The last decade revealed to the Baloch nation that their struggle is not only against Punjabi army, but it is against the entire system, all institutions of Pakistan, be it the military in uniform or in civilian clothes, in mullah's garment. Pakistan media and political parties from left, right and center, they all side with the state functionaries against the natural and inalienable democratic rights of Baloch people. They participate in Pakistan's crime against Baloch either overtly or covertly. All of them keep quiet when thousands of our students, teachers, journalists, lawyers, doctors, workers and farmers, political activists, tribal leaders were kept in inhumane condition, tortured for months, in some cases years, and killed and dumped. All these people were silent and have never endorsed our democratic rights. We have nothing in common with such vision, and we will never be free under occupation of such establishment. Pakistan state and army, to prolong their illegal occupation, have always relied on the most backward and criminal elements of Baloch society. These elements are self-proclaimed Sardars and Nawabs, religious fanatics and drug mafia. Pakistani state have been organizing and arming these destructive elements to undermine our progressive and secular movement. In the recent months, we have witnessed the armament of Shafiq Mangal, Siraj Raisani, notorious drug smuggler like Imam Bean, and other criminal gang to counter Baloch liberation struggle. Pakistani mullahs backed by the president and ex-military generals. Also, ISI chief have issued edict of jihad against the Baloch people. A fanatic gang, Pakistani Defense Council, headed by retired General Hamid Gul, Pakistani Army, and religious extremist groups are now inciting people against the Baloch freedom movement. We have been warning the West for many years of the danger of Islamic fundamentalism and its consequences in the region and for the rest of the world. We were the first nation that suffered by the hands of Pakistani jihadists. On the pretext of creating one Islamic nation, they illegally occupied our homeland and reduced it to a state of utter devastation. We have been telling the international community loud and clear for 60 years that Pakistan is an artificial failed state. It is the breeding ground for Islamic fundamentalism and extremism. Pakistan has nurtured and survived on its jihadi stance. Deception, double dealing, and its utter disregard to human life and democratic values are the essential part of its existence. The Baloch nation has resisted Pakistan's jihadist expansionist policies with irreplaceable human cost. Now the West is beginning to recognize the true nature of the state and establishment of Pakistan. But it is after years successfully deceiving the West. It is after 9/11 and 7/7 and clandestinely supporting the extremist forces that regularly kill Western soldiers in Afghanistan. We believe one cannot change the nature of Pakistani state and establishment as long as Pakistan is in its present form. People should expect the same outcome always. They should expect more of the same criminal activities, deception, destruction, and killings. The only humane and democratic way out of this disastrous experiment is to support the democratic right of the nations that are under the occupation of Pakistan. The establishment of a free and democratic Balochistan will restore sanity and bring stability and economic prosperity in the region. It will bring much needed security, tolerance, respect to human rights and democratic values, because throughout the history we had no major conflicts against our neighboring countries. Neither we have had trouble sustaining and promoting peace on the national level. Hence, through this gathering today, I urge the world democracies not to shy away from supporting the secular movement of Baloch nation for their freedom. Baloch are the only natural allies of the West in the war against global religious extremism. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you. I'm going to